Good morning. I'm just about to set out again on the Great Southwest Walk after my rest day in Nelson. It's day 9 of the trip today and it's going to be very windy today. I'm just about to head down the road out of Nelson towards the beach, and the winds are expected to be up to 50 kilometres per hour today. Depending on what the weather's like, I may have the camera in the pack a bit more today, but we'll see how things go. It's about 3 k's down to the beach, and then basically the beach from there. I've timed it so that I'm getting the most period of time on the beach with the tide sort of going out, and it's going to hit low tide about just before 9 o'clock, and I should hopefully be done with most of that section by the time high tide comes around 1 p.m. So anyway, just about to set off now with a fully loaded pack again, 6 days worth of food, and this is the start of the second half of the Great Southwest Walk. What a morning of walking on the beach. That was pretty wild with that wind out there. It was up to about 50 kilometres an hour and pretty gusty. Fortunately, as I said before, it's been at my back, so it's been sort of pushing me down the beach, which has been good. There was a little section there where you go through sand dunes as well, so you kind of get off the beach for a little while and then pop back onto it. And where I am now is I've just walked into Nobles Rocks car park, and this is where you can make the decision either to continue along the beach or you can take the inland track all the way through to Lake Monobion. So I've decided to go the inland route for this, just because it gets you out of the wind a little bit, and it's really just very blowy out there today. So going to do that. I'm just sitting down for some lunch. It seems like a pretty good time to do it. It's just before 12 now, so I've got a sandwich that I packed out from town that I had made up yesterday, so I just got a chicken and salad sandwich to eat for lunch, which is nice and feels like it's nice and big, so that'll be good. And then according to the signs, there's one that says that it's 5.5 k's to Lake Monobion, and there's another one that says 7, so I don't know which is right, but anyhow, I've pushed through it pretty well this morning, having done, I guess, somewhere between, 16 to 18 kilometres, so that's pretty good. And then it's another, between 5 and 7 anyway, to the lake and the campsite. So Should hopefully get there by mid-afternoon, I guess, and yeah, get everything set up nice and early, hopefully. Anyway, it's time to grab some lunch now and yeah, replace some of that spent energy on the beach. So it is now about 2:45 and I'm just walking alongside Lake Monobion here, along the south side of the lake, and the campsite is not far off. It's just on the southeast side, so I'm not too far off. I'm probably going to be walking into that in the next few minutes, and yeah, it's still been a decent day's walk. I guess it was 23 k's, so I'm glad I took the inland section on this bit though, because it's just been a lot more sheltered from the wind, which has been blowing pretty strongly today. So I have seen a couple of other snakes today as well. I had a tiger snake just on the trail in front of me a little way back, and then just before I turned the camera on now, there was another one slithering up the track and it darted off into the bushes. I passed another couple going the other way just to do a loop track along here and then back out onto the beach. Yeah, I think they're camping at Lake Monobion as well, and I just sort of warned them to keep their eyes peeled because there are still a few snakes around in this area. So and the girl in the group was actually a bit scared. She doesn't like them at all, so anyway, it's still better to tell them so they're aware. Anyway, that's almost the day's hike done, so I am just about to walk into camp and relax a bit and then start getting set up for the evening. I'm all set up here at Monobion campsite. I got in here at about 3:30 this afternoon after leaving my accommodation in Nelson this morning at about 7:45. So yeah, it was about 23 kilometres altogether today, and it was just a windy day, especially on the beach when I was walking down there. Fortunately, as I've said earlier, I had the wind right behind me, so it was to my advantage, but just, yeah, so much gusty wind the whole day, and it's still doing that at the moment. It's still quite gusty right now. Hopefully it's going to tail off a little bit in the evening, and I think tomorrow is going to be windy again, but not so much as today. So I have to admit that this is probably the least attractive campsite that I've been to so far on the hike. It's pretty basic and doesn't seem to be as well sort of laid out and set up as the other ones. I have to admit that I thought this one was going to be a little bit more attractive, perhaps sort of tucked away in a nice little sheltered area, but it is quite actually exposed here. Yeah, not one of my favourites, but you know, it's good to let you guys know that just as a heads up. So I'm about to get some food underway, and it's just almost 6 o'clock now, and I'm probably going to just have my dinner and then kind of get packed up and probably turn in reasonably early. And tomorrow I'm going to probably set out about 8 o'clock because I've got to time the tides again. I think low tide is about 9:20 a.m. So I want to try and just hit the beach as the tide's still going out. And it is a shorter walk tomorrow. It's only 16.5 k's, but it's all along the beach almost until you get up into Swan Lake. So it'll just be a straight beach walk pretty much all day tomorrow. But hopefully I can knock it over pretty quickly. So yeah, that's it for a wild and windy day. I'm going to get dinner going now and then call it an evening once I've had all that and packed up for the night.